unconscious man.
What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope having a blessed Monday to start off this week. December already. Almost 2025. This feels like this year just flew on by. Like, it's crazy. But before I get started with this quick review for TNA's Turning Point, because I ain't gonna be here too long. Got too much shit I gotta put out there, and quite frankly, this pay-per-view was kind of mid. It was mid. Not gonna lie. Alright? So I'm not gonna really break down all the matches like I usually do. But before I get into it, just want to do a quick shout out to all the subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. Right? Still at 309. It's okay, that's alright. I'm gonna pick things back up this week. I'm gonna get back in motion and all that good stuff. Alright, so I'm not gonna waste any more time because trying to upload these videos as fast as I can. Alright, so to start off, with the pre-show, we have Rosemary, Zaya Brookside, and Savannah Evans in the triple threat match. And this match was good. I enjoyed it. I don't like the fact that it was on the pre-show, but I mean, it is what it is. Alright, we can fast forward to the finish, which is Rosemary spearing the shit at Zaya Brookside for the 1, 2, 3. So they're setting up Rosemary to be the #1 contender for the Knockouts World Championship. Alright, no complaints here. I don't see Rosemary winning the belt, but hey man, anything's possible. I wanted Zaya Brookside winning because they need to start building her up because, like I said, I want to see, I believe Ash by Elegance is going to be the one that beats Masha for the belt. Alright, and then if that happens, and I want Zaya Brookside to be the one that beats Ash. So she can start racking up some wins and not on the, what's that fucking, their rampage. I don't know, Explosion? Is that what that shit's called? I never watched that shit. But yeah, like, I wanted Brookside to win, but she lost. It is what it is. And Savannah, they're not going to really do anything with her with her current gimmick, or lack of, I should say. So what happened here is we move on to our promo backstage with Gia, who's looking good, and Steve Macklin. Alright? Who, like, I thought they're trying to hype up this transition for a new gimmick or new character for Steve Macklin, but he's coming out here like still same old Mac, So I'm like, what the fuck's the point then? You know what I mean? But he says that this shit with Perk Alexander is personal. Right? You try to take me out, try to take Eric Young out, and tonight I'll show you that there's going to be a new standard here in TNA. And that's tag 'em, bag 'em, mayhem for all. Like, cool story, bro. But I'm like, are you gonna shave your head bald or get a new theme song? I think he had a new theme song tonight, but I'm like, I was expecting a drastic change within his character, but we didn't necessarily get that tonight. So I don't know if they're still teasing it or what. I'm not sure. But if they don't, then I will be extremely disappointed, to say the least. And now we move on to the main card. And first match is my nigga Mike Santana versus the King of TNA, Killer Cass, King Cass, aka Frankie Kazarian. Hey, real quick before I get started with the main show, just gotta point out the fact that we go from Bound for Glory in Detroit to here to some bingo hall, right? Or aka supposedly a convention center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina for WrestleCade that weekend. And like how you guys are saying in the comment section now, like the drop off was like pretty significant. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a good visual for TNA. But nonetheless, the crowd was still involved for a majority of the night. Unlike AEW, to where they're gonna make fun of the wrestlers for being bald, like they can help it. You know what I mean? Like, what an asshole. Bunch of assholes, Like, tell me how bored you are without telling me. Like, we ain't getting none of those shenanigans here in TNA, right? But yeah, for the first match, Santana, Kazarian, was a good opening match between a good babyface and a great heel, right? You got people behind Santana, you got people chanting, Frankie sucks, Frankie sucks, Frankie sucks, right? One of the best heels of 2024 easily goes to Frankie Kazarian. And I gotta decide who the best heel was for 2024. I don't know if I could give it to Frankie off rip, but he's in contention. I will say that. All right. But yeah, this was a good match. I enjoyed it. But fast forward to the finish, which was Santana doing like a misdirection into the spin block discus clothesline for the 1, 2, 3. And I was not expecting Santana to go over clean here. I was expecting Cass to be on some like dirty shit, some heel shit, try to use the ropes, something. I was expecting him to take a clean out here. But at least he still has the Call Your Shot Gauntlet trophy, because that's his saving grace, right? So he's still good, right? And this builds more momentum for Santana, and I know like some of the people in the chat, they're not sold on Santana, right? Like, I don't think he's going to win the title like immediately, right? Like, I damn sure don't see him beating Nick Nemeth for the title. I don't see that at all. All right, especially we'll get to the main event here in a bit. But yeah, regardless, I enjoyed the match. I wanted Cass to go over it, but it is what it is. So we move on. And do you want to know something? And at least she didn't say it like 6, 8, 10 times tonight. All right, but we get a promo from the system. You got Brian Myers, the most professional wrestler here in TNA. He says that ain't no way I'm gonna put on that dumbass turkey suit tonight. Not tonight. Not when my best friend here is gonna become the next TNA World Champion. And normally I'll tell you guys, wish me good luck, but I don't need it. Moose then says, Laredo Kid, you've been around here for a minute, haven't you? Somehow you managed to figure out a way to make yourself relevant again by challenging the face of the franchise. So I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. Tonight, I'm going to go out there, beat the shit out of you, rip that stupid mask off your face, go home, and I'm going to give it to my 6-year-old daughter. And after I pack your ass up and send you back to AAA or CMLL, wherever it is you come from, you're going to tell your people, Dime Estima. Eddie Edwards then says, and then you have Nick Nemeth, who comes here, tries to reinvigorate his career, somehow manages to win championship gold, and congratulations to you. But it ends tonight, after I beat your ass and I become a 3-time TNA World Champion. And in that moment, you will finally understand that you will always trust the system. And that's it. So now we move on to the next match, which is the Turkey Bowl match. And who do we have here? We got Brian Myers, got John Schuyler, we got Rhino, we got Eric Young, we got your boy Hammer, and we got I Believe in Joe Hendry. Dun, dun. It's one of those gimmick matches that I don't necessarily care for. I'd rather see the Feast or Fired match, but I guess they ain't trying to fire nobody, so therefore ain't nobody feasting. Alright, so it's gonna fast forward to the finish, which was I Believe in Joe Hendry. Dun, dun. Hitting the standing ovation to Brian Myers, who he said earlier he was never, ever gonna put on that dumbass turkey suit. Well, guess what? He is a liar. Because 1, 2, 3, Joe Hendry goes over, and I thought your boy Hammer was gonna get the win somehow, but he was limping around in this match, and I'm like, please don't let this man be injured again, because I don't know what happened. I think he was legit injured, so I haven't heard anything yet. So I imagine there was something, this week on Thursday. So I hope, I pray that your boy Hammer ain't injured, because it was like his second injury since he's been here. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I know, like, he's like, what, like 36? So he's still young. I mean, I don't know. Like, at MLW, he was just fine, as far as I know. Like, so, yeah, like I said, I hope he's not injured. I really, really hope he's not injured. But after the match, Brian Myers tries to get out of Dodge. He says, fuck this shit. But he gets jumped by Hendry, EY, and Rhino. Rhino hits the belly suplex. Hendry hits the FU. I'm not calling it the AA. It's like, it's not an AA meeting. It's attitude adjustment. Yeah, okay. That's such a stupid name. Calling it the FU. It will always be known as the FU. That's Standing Fireman's Carry, which is what that move is. Where it's the FU, okay? He hits it on Myers, and then the crowd chants, they want to gore. That's exactly what we get. So Rhino gores the shit out of Brian Myers. He's done. He's dazed and confused. They put the turkey suit on him, and they make fun of him, and then the crowd chanting, Turkey Myers, which is crazy. That's a crazy chant right there. Poor Myers, right? Well, yeah, that's what happened here. You know, I enjoyed the match. You know, it's one of those fun matches to have in the court, so can't get mad at it. We move on to an unhinged promo from Rosemary. All right, basically she was saying that, like, she kept saying we. Like, I'm like, who's we? I mean, I'm like, I know she's speaking French. I'm like, what's she talking about here? I'm like, what do you mean by that? All right, but she was saying how, like, the harvester of despair is on your trail. And it doesn't matter if it's Masha, it doesn't matter if it's Jordan, right? Because it will be inevitable. There's not a damn thing you can do to stop us. Basically what she was saying. I'm like, yeah, like, okay, all right. That's Rosemary for you. And before I move on to the next match, which is for the X Division Championship, just got to do a quick shout out to Amy Victoria 4617. She wanted me to create a poll to see who the people wanted to have go over on Moose to become the new X Division champion. 4 candidates, you got Trent Seven, Leon Slater, Jason Hodge, and Laredo Kid. And over 20 votes. Right, and apparently it's a tie. At first, it was like I could have swore Jason was in the lead. Barely, he was barely in the lead. At first, it was Trent, and then Jason got some love, and then Laredo, poor Laredo Kid, he was in the last place. All right, so you got a tie between Trent and Jason, followed by Leon and then Laredo Kid, who happens to be challenging Moose here tonight for Turning Point. So, like I said this before, well, I've seen this in the comment section, basically, that whoever's going to beat Moose is most likely going to be a babyface. Although I'm for heel versus heel action, but they normally stray away from that. So, the current babyfaces will actually, you know, I'll get to that later on. Matter of fact, because I think we see tonight the man that's possibly gonna beat Moose, right? But I'll get to that later on. But right now, we gotta focus on the X Division Championship, right? We got the challenger, Laredo Kid, a former X Division champion himself. A man that's been here for since 2016, 2017, right in that range, and he's been on and off since. So he's been here for a minute. He's going up against the face of the franchise, and that's Moose. Alright? From the system. This happens to be one of my favorite matches of tonight. You know, they told the story of speed versus power, David versus Goliath, you know, athleticism versus athleticism. You know, I enjoyed this match. I really did. But it was predictable because I'm like, ain't no way is Laredo Kid going over on Moose. It ain't gonna happen, right? So fast forward to the finish, which was Moose countering the 450 splash from Laredo Kid. He hits a spear on him for the 1, 2, 3, and still the X Division champion, Moose. Next, we move on to a grudge match, which is what was a falls count anywhere. Basically, fucking Extreme Rules or Street Fight, whatever fucking moniker you want to give it. It's all the same shit. All right. Well, you got Steve Macklin versus looking down the barrel of a weapon himself, Perk Alexander. I could have sworn Macklin came out to a new song, so let me know in the comment section if that's new or not, because I don't remember hearing that like ever. You know what I mean? So I could be wrong. But yeah, like even before the match happens, the crowd chanting, "We want tables," acting like the Dudley Boys were out there. But they got tables already. They got tables, the doors, trash can lids, kendo sticks, bats. Oh my! The only thing that was missing was thumbtacks. But it was a good match overall, I'd say. It's Macklin trying to overcome this 2-year obstacle that is Perk Alexander. Right. So we fast forward to the finish, and this was after Macklin. He brings out a small black bag full of shell casings. All right, I don't know what caliber. I don't know. Maybe if I can. That'd be crazy if I was 45. You know what I mean? Like, regardless, he sets his ass up for the Avalanche KIA. Top of the shell casings, you see Perk Alexander that motherfucker just bounce off the mat. Like, I know that shit hurt. For the 1, 2, 3, Macklin goes over first time on Perk Alexander. Right? Because I remember, this is back like 2 years ago when they first had their feud. This was when Josh was a face and Macklin was a heel, and Josh was a champion at the time, but he had to drop the belt because he got injured. And they were teasing that Macklin was going to be the one to beat Alexander, but fast forward 2 years later, he finally gets to win. So big ups to Macklin, big ups to Alexander, who's trying to put over some talent before he heads out, because best believe, come next year, this dude's out of here. Like, I'll be flabbergasted if this dude decides to stay. Right? We shall see. Now, most likely he's headed to AEW because Con-Man wants to get his hands on this dude. Alright? Not, literally. But I don't know. I mean, never can tell that dude, but I digress. Again, it was a good match, but we move on. We see another video package for Chris Bay, showcasing those crisp bangers here in TNA. And I want to, just highlight this, because if this was WWE, they wouldn't did a one and done. Like, hell, they might not even done a fucking video package like TNA is doing for Chris Bay. Be honest. I'm not even kidding when I say that. So I do appreciate TNA, going out their way to show love and support for Chris Bay during this time of healing. You know what I mean? So that's very classy of them. And you got the music from Ayo, boop 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 boop, Mr. Westside Gunn. Like, this man is everywhere between AEW and TNA, and probably other promotions as well. So, hey, big ups to him. And again, we're praying for, at least I know I am, praying for Chris Bay. Hopefully he'll be back in the ring sooner rather than later. Next, we move on to a 6-man tag team match. All right, we got Ace Austin from ABC. I still hate that fucking theme song. All right, I'm sorry. Sorry, Chris Bay. I can't stand it. All right. And we have the Hardys, hometown pop, obviously. See Matt's entire fucking family lineage there, right there, ringside. All his kids, his crazy wife, Rebby. And they're going up against Kushida, Zachary Wentz, and the mystery opponent. Wentz grabs the mic. He says that, I don't know if you guys were on social media or not, but unfortunately, Trey Miguel couldn't be here due to travel issues. The crowd booed. It's like, I know. And I had to think how to go to the treehouse. And there's only one person I had in mind that could step up on short notice. So I had to hit up the shaman. And I was like, bro, that's Matt Riddle. But the crowd did not react to it. Like in English, called on to it. And I'm like, yo, that's Matt Riddle. But the crowd was like oblivious. So like, once Zach said, bro, they're like, oh. Then Matt Riddle comes out with his shitty GTA 6 San Andreas Vice City theme song. All right, he had a good pop, we'll say. All right, the people in the audience, you're like, whoa, dude, like, no fucking way, bro. We got Matt Riddle here in the Impact Zone. Like, dude, like, that's so totally gnarly. You know? But yeah, I don't know if he's actually signed to TNA or not. I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, that's cool. You know, I'm like, there's your fucking X Division champion right there, Matt Riddle. I tell him right the fuck now. They signed him. He's going over on Moose. I can see it right the fuck now. All right, that's the perfect guy to have go over on Moose. We shall see. I don't know, because I thought they were trying to prime him to be the next MLW World Champion. You know, because, like, who was it? Kojima? He's been champion for damn near all year. Like, since, he had that belt since fucking, February? Ah, damn. But yeah, I digress. Let's fast forward to the end of the match. The match was decent, I'd say, I guess. Everybody got their moments to shine. But the finish of this match was interesting. And interesting for the wrong reason. Alright, because we see the Hardys hit the plot twist, which is the twist of face stunner into a net breaker. And then we see Jeff Hardy. This man Jeff Hardy does a fucking splash onto Kushida, acting like he was gonna pin him. The referee was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? That's not the finish. What the fuck are you doing? Get your ass up. So they move him over to set him up for the Swanton Bomb. 1, 2, 3. The Hardys and Ace Austin go over. They show each other love after the match, and that's it. So, yeah, I mean, the crowd was, they love the Hardys. Obviously, they're in North Carolina, and regardless, it doesn't matter where the fuck they go. They're the fucking Hardys, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and they re-signed here at TNA, so they're gonna be here for a minute. Now we move on to the next match, and that's for the Knockouts World Title. All right, you got the Juggernaut, Jordan Grace versus Mother Russia Slamovic. And I will say this was probably the match of the night, in my opinion. I can't say I like this match more than I did their match at Bound for Glory, because that match was awesome. But this was good. This was up there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, these two are incapable of having a bad match together. It's not physically possible, right? So, just gonna fast forward to the finish. Basically they were tied up. One win apiece. From kind of like snap, like surprise pins out of nowhere. But the finish of the match was Masha hitting the knee into a sit-out powerbomb into the package pile driver with a 1, 2, 3. And still the TNA Knockouts champion, Mother Russia Slamovic. Right woman went over, as she should have, because again, here's another chick that's on her way out. Jordan Grace is as good as gone. Alright, like, I would be surprised if she's in the Royal Rumble next year again. I'm just saying. But yeah, these two delivered as they always do. We see Rosemary coming now, teasing, that she's like, I'm coming after you. So it's going to be Rosemary versus Masha, probably at Genesis. All right. Now we move on to the main event.
Well, it looks like the fight's already started. It's time for the main event.
And it's for TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Got Eddie Edwards from the System versus the current reigning, defending, undisputed TNA World Heavyweight Champion, the wanted man, Nick Nemeth. Now, I was enjoying this match up until the finish. All right, we see Brian Myers gets involved with that stupid ass turkey suit he has on, and then guess who comes out of nowhere? Old John Bradshaw Layfield. He walks his happy ass to the ring, hits the clothesline from hell to Brian Myers, and then leaves. So that's all this dude does. I'm like, alright, this is getting old, man. We need to see JBL come out and cut a promo, explain himself, elaborate on these sporadic, arbitrary appearances where he walks, clotheslines, leaves. Right? Walks, punches Ryan Nemeth's brother, knocks his ass out, and leaves. Right? Like, it was cool the first time. Second time, it's like, Now it's like the fucking 15th time this dude's like done this shit. Like, come on, man. Like what's going on here? What's the end game for JBL? But getting back to the match, you see Nick Nemeth hits the super kick into the danger zone, yeah, for the 1, 2, 3, and still the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Nemeth. And that's how we end Turning Point. So overall, I give this pay-per-view a mid out of 10. Right, and I know some of you guys voted on Garbage Day out of 10, and I get it. I really do. I don't want to immediately say that this was their worst pay-per-view this year, but it's up there. But I did overall enjoy it. There were some good matches on the card. For the most part, the right people went over, so I really don't have any complaints. Besides the banquet hall. Fuck that place. Right? Like, leave that for AEW. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this shit. So let me know how you guys feel about Turning Point down in the comment section for your match, all that good stuff. Right? Love it, hate it, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's all the same to me. I just want to see the engagement and feedback from you guys. Right? As far as the next video, as of right now, you guys want me to do the true definitive top 10 wrestlers under 30 for, I guess, 2024, because that list for ESPN is hot garbage. So far it's all yeses. So that might be next. I might do that next, and I'll do the probably one of the best or worst videos for 2024 after that. And plus there's fucking Raw too, which, man, I'm like 2.5 seconds away from this fucking skipping this week. Like, fuck Raw, man. I don't give a two fucks. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. But yeah, wasting up you guys' time. So with that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, your loved ones. Most importantly, trust in God. I'm out of here. Until next time, adios.